A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. Here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one with whom I am pleased, upon whom I have put my spirit. He shall bring forth justice to the nations, not crying out, not shouting, not making his voice heard in the street. A bruised reed he shall not break, and a smoldering wick he shall not quench, until he establishes justice on the earth. The coastlands will wait for his teachings. Thus says God, the Lord, who created the heavens and stretched them out, who spreads out the earth with his crops, who gives breath to his people, and a spirit to those who walk on it. I, the Lord, have called you for the victory of justice. I have grasped you by the hand. I formed you. I set you as a covenant of the people, a light for the nations, to open the eyes of the blind, to bring out prisoners from confinement, and from the dungeon those who live in darkness. The word of the Lord. Responsorial Psalm. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? The Lord is my refuge. Of whom should I be afraid? The Lord is my light and my salvation. When evildoers come at me to devour my flesh, my foes and my enemies themselves stumble and fall. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Though an army encamp against me, my heart will not fear. Though war be waged upon me, even then will I trust. The Lord is my light and my salvation. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted and wait for the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Glory and praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Glory and praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Hail to you, our King. You alone are compassionate with our faults. Glory and praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. 6 days before Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. They gave a dinner for him there, and Martha served, while Lazarus was one of those reclining at table with him. Mary took a liter of costly perfumed oil made from genuine aromatic nard, and anointed the feet of Jesus and dried them with her hair. The house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. Then Judas the Iscariot, one of his disciples, and the one who would betray him, said, "Why was this oil not sold for 300 day's wages and given to the poor. He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief and held a money bag and used to steal the contributions. But Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Let her keep this for the day of my burial. You always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." The large crowd of the Jews found out that he was there and came not only because of him, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. And the chief priests plotted to kill Lazarus too, because many of the Jews were turning away and believing in Jesus because of him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Good morning. Good morning. Now, I'm going to begin with the commercial today. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'll forget. But you may recall on the Feast of the Annunciation, I read a quote about Mary's Annunciation from a book by Judith Dupree called Full of Grace, and suggested it's a wonderful book on Mary. The trouble is it's pricey. I paid $40 for it. Well, one of your enterprising parishioners was able to find it and buy 4 copies for $40, which translate to $10 a book, including the shipping. So she's willing to share. I think she has either 3 or 4. So if anyone is interested, if you just give me your name and number, I will call her with that. So just give it to me after Mass, and I will call her. So that's the commercial. Now, today as we gather, we're in Holy Week, as all of us know. And one of the wonders of Holy Week is each year we get to hear the servant songs of Isaiah. And today we heard the first one. And these are deliberately chosen because they prepare our hearts for the universal love of Jesus. And one of the wonderful things about Isaiah and the servant in Isaiah is this servant is sent not just for the children of Israel. This servant is sent to be a light to the nations. And in particular, in the reading today, we hear the servant brings 2 gifts: light to the blind and freedom to the imprisoned. 2 great gifts of God: light and freedom. And these are gifts not meant for a select few. These are gifts that God extends universally to all peoples. You know, I believe as you listen to these servant songs of Isaiah, they're a great preparation for the famous verse in John 3:16. God so loved the world that God gave the only begotten Son. No one is exempt from the reach of God's saving love. We get our first glimpse of it today with this servant song, who is to be a light to the nation, bringing 2 great gifts: light and freedom. Who wouldn't want those gifts?